the one. There's all 9 ancestral tenets. It's sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold, sun, fight, and bond.
A man who seemed to step out of prehistory with rippling muscles and a wild beard, wielding a business empire worth hundreds of millions of USD, the living icon of the Liver King roared onto the scene with his primal movement and 9 ancestral tenets. He preached raw liver and a connection to nature as the ultimate keys to restoring modern masculinity. From there, the Liver King exploded on social media like a whirlwind, amassing hundreds of millions of views and rising as a savior in the eyes of many searching for purpose and strength. But then, the curtain fell, and it all came crashing down.
Because I lied, and I misled a lot of people.
Behind the chiseled muscles and sermons about raw liver was not primal strength, but a regimen of steroids costing thousands of dollars a month.
Yes, I've done steroids, and yes, I am on steroids.
The image of the savior of modern manhood shattered as the truth came to light. The Liver King, once celebrated as the embodiment of grit and meaning, was revealed to be a meticulously crafted marketing ploy. When the mask fell, his reputation crumbled, his business plummeted, and he faced a tidal wave of backlash from his audience. So why did a lie become a way of life for millions? Join me in exploring the full story behind the Liver King, from his meteoric rise on social media to his catastrophic fall, leaving millions of fans disillusioned and betrayed. And this is where it all began. In 2021, Brian Johnson rapidly built his image through eye-catching videos and a muscular physique that earned admiration from viewers. He became known by the stage name Liver King, with a unique style centered around eating raw liver, which gained intense and distinct attention. Liver King promoted a core lifestyle philosophy based on the 9 ancestral tenets. He chose to live like ancient humans, following so-called primal principles, which he claimed were the ultimate key to health and true masculinity. This became a strong trademark that drew considerable attention from audiences in the online community. So, what are these 9 ancestral tenets? According to Liver King, these principles include eating raw organs like liver and following sleep and daily routines in line with ancestral traditions. Liver King once declared, "Liver is nature's #1 superfood." Every day he would eat raw liver, raw eggs, and unprocessed foods with apparent delight, an approach that fascinated viewers, making it hard to look away from his extreme lifestyle. The explosive journey on social media continues to surge, with him making bold highlights that leave an unforgettable impression on audiences. Not only through moments of eating, but his actions have also made him famous, such as avoiding toxins, not using soap for extended periods, and imagery that likens him to a giant ape, captivating viewers. He sleeps like a primitive human, moves like our ancestors, shunning modern sports in favor of lifting rocks and climbing mountains on all fours. He considers this a way to absorb energy from Mother Earth, believing that the negative charge from the ground helps reduce inflammation and boost testosterone. "I don't work out, I express my primal instincts through movement." This is how he transforms movement into a living experience, not just for physique, but to reconnect with our roots, creating a deeper sense than mere exercise. His image embodies core values, forging a connection with beliefs about drawing energy from Mother Earth, absorbing nature's vitality as a profound conviction that unveils his worldview. Audiences are captivated and inspired by his wild, free lifestyle, breaking free from modern constraints. Many who have tried primal movement report feeling their bodies naturally invigorated. Liver King's videos, brimming with striking images of bulging muscles, create a magnetic allure that keeps viewers hooked, sparking curiosity about what captivating act he'll perform next. Liver King's meteoric rise to fame has brought remarkable achievements in his life. He built a multi-million-dollar business empire, dominated social media, and appeared on prominent podcasts, embodying the archetype of a true man, resilient, independent of modern medicine, unafraid of hardship, and unapologetically raw. Liver King's philosophy blends primal instincts with a world where humanity is increasingly disconnected from its nature. He is a roar from our wild, authentic ancestors. Through these images, he became a global internet phenomenon. Yet, it was this very fame that made his downfall all the more devastating, as the deception he wove around his beloved audience gradually unraveled. A cunning fox hides its head but leaves its tail exposed. Despite efforts to conceal the truth, a devastating blow eventually struck. At the height of his career, boom, an email leak emerged, revealing an undeniable truth. The email sent by Brian Johnson himself to his bodybuilding coach for physique advice laid bare the reality. In the email, he admitted to using hormones, steroids, omnitrope, and high doses of HGH, spending a staggering $11,000 per month on performance-enhancing drugs, an amount and dosage surpassing even professional athletes. When this information leaked, social media and the press exploded. Fans were hit with profound disillusionment, feeling manipulated and betrayed. Many had altered their lifestyles, believing, if I live like him, I'll be stronger and more confident. But learning that his physique came from growth hormones and steroids, not raw liver, left them feeling they had been living a lie. The revelations didn't stop there. More evidence surfaced, exposing his true lifestyle. He lived in a $1 million mansion, frequently used air conditioning, and traveled by private jet. A former employee revealed, I saw him grimace while eating raw liver for a TikTok, then walk into the kitchen, open the fridge, and eat a packaged protein bar and an energy drink. That never made it on camera. That's when he was being real. This stood in stark contrast to the live like our ancestors' philosophy he preached. Beyond his own actions, he forced his family into a harsh lifestyle. His wife Barbara was often exhausted from eating raw organs, not out of preference but to maintain her husband's image. His 2 young sons were no exception, compelled to sleep on hard floors and endure grueling honor the ancestors' workouts. These demands caused psychological trauma in the children, who were pushed into activities their bodies and minds weren't ready for. His wife and sons became media props, not willing adherents to his philosophy. Facing these accusations, Liver King sidestepped direct responses, vaguely stating, "The spirit of our ancestors matters more than material details." The audience's backlash grew. Where's the primal lifestyle when he's flying in a private jet? And I was a fan, but now I feel utterly deceived. The sense of betrayal was profound. Liver King wasn't just a steroid user, he had denied it dozens of times on podcasts and in front of cameras with confident conviction. This turned a personal mistake into a collective betrayal. Fans weren't just disappointed, they felt manipulated, deceived, and exploited for commercial gain. Their words reflected deep pain. I don't hate him for using steroids, I hate him for looking into the camera and lying with a sincere smile, and we believed he was authentic, but he was just acting. The figurehead of the health movement was exposed as a chemically fueled marketing scheme. Caught off guard by the incident, Liver King quickly released an apology video titled simply, "I lied." Could these words heal the wounds of his fans? Brian Johnson appeared before the camera against a dark backdrop, with light illuminating his face to convey remorse. He admitted to using steroids before fame and hiding it to protect his personal brand. He went on to justify his actions, stating, "I didn't do this for myself.
Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life."
He explained that hormones were used to maintain his physique, making his inspiration more effective, and claimed his goal was to combat obesity and illness in men. This sparked controversy, with many arguing it was more an excuse than genuine remorse. However, his apology lacked emotional depth, delivered in a speech-like tone, leading people to believe he was performing rather than truly repentant. The apology video sparked a wave of reactions from the online community, with most expressing skepticism and disappointment. Viewers felt the video was meticulously prepared to minimize damage rather than a heartfelt confession from the heart. Amid the online outrage, what new steps has Brian Johnson taken? Has he adopted a more positive lifestyle, or is he stuck in his old ways? Stay tuned to find out. After some time, he changed his approach to communication and messaging. He no longer denied using steroids, and instead emphasized that, "Now, I want to be more transparent." Brian Johnson began appearing with a more grounded and reflective image. His videos took on a gentler tone, seen by some as an attempt to heal the cracks in his public image. At the same time, he maintained his old lifestyle and continued selling supplement products. Although sales dropped significantly, he did not abandon his business model built around the primal image. He still posted clips of himself eating raw liver and continued using his muscular, masculine physique as an essential part of keeping his audience engaged. Just weeks after going silent, he returned to YouTube with the message, "I was wrong, but I'm still here to serve the mission." This was seen as a post-crisis strategy, not a retreat, but a rebranding. It seemed he chose a new path from the authentic man to the man who made mistakes and is now trying to make it right, from perfectly natural to imperfect but inspiring. The following marks the peak of the media crisis, the climax of the scandal, and the humiliating end to a facade of performance. Liver King, once hailed as the icon of the primal lifestyle, officially crossed into legal trouble when accused of making terroristic threats against Joe Rogan. The incident began when he posted an Instagram video displaying erratic behavior, shirtless, brandishing 2 fake guns, and loudly challenging Joe Rogan to a man-to-man battle. His actions, described as theatrical and far beyond mere performance, sparked widespread concern across the online community. "Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. You're a black belt. You'd take me down easily, but I'm still challenging you to a fight under your rules whenever you're ready." The video showed him bear crawling through a hotel, clutching a gift box with Rogan's logo, rambling about an honest fight. These actions prompted Rogan's security team to alert the police. He was subsequently arrested at the hotel, handcuffed in front of his wife and children. The scene shocked the public, as the man once celebrated for discipline, strength, and grit was now detained like a public nuisance. Though released after posting a $20,000 bail, Liver King showed no remorse. Instead, he doubled down, mocking the situation. "I didn't mean harm. I just wanted attention to protect my brand. I'm an artist, not a criminal." This justification fell flat, further enraging fans. Many viewed his behavior as dismissive of the law and lacking social responsibility. Public reactions reflected deep disappointment. "I was a fan, but now I feel insulted." This justification fell flat, further enraging fans. Many viewed his behavior as dismissive of the law and lacking social responsibility. Public reactions reflected deep disappointment. "I was a fan, but now I feel insulted." Liver King is a textbook example of reaping what you sow. He built his fame on blatant lies about not using steroids, preying on the trust of those seeking to improve their health naturally. But when the truth was exposed, his carefully crafted image crumbled in an instant. Not only did he lose credibility, but he also became a public laughingstock, facing a storm of criticism, lawsuits, and even the risk of legal trouble. From an icon of primal strength, he is now seen as a living testament to the consequences of deceit and arrogance. The fallout was severe. His personal brand, social standing, and finances took a massive hit, with lost sponsorship deals, hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses, and revenue plummeting by over 80%. Many fan pages and groups dedicated to him shut down or rebranded, and a powerful boycott wave surged with the hashtag #UnfollowLiverKing, the primal fraud. It must be acknowledged that Liver King was a powerful source of inspiration. After this storm, can he rise again? A series of theories have emerged following his devastating fall. If the public forgives and continues to support him, Liver King could become a model for celebrities navigating post-crisis redemption, where vulnerability and accountability become the foundation for a more authentic connection with fans. If his changes are suspected to be a publicity stunt, the public's reaction would be even harsher than the first time, with fierce mockery and resistance. At that point, Liver King's personal brand would be beyond salvation. If other celebrities emulate this confession as strategy approach, a wave of confess to reinvent could erupt, with admissions ranging from substance use to manipulation, deception, and living a double life. This would have far-reaching impacts, blurring the line between authenticity and media tactics. Trust in the world of celebrities could vanish entirely. The collapse of Liver King raises concerns about the public's responsibility in holding celebrities accountable. What is our role in scrutinizing those in the spotlight? We want idols, yet we expect them to be flawless. The modern public often demands an exceptionally high standard. Celebrities must be inspiring, completely honest, attractive, moral, authentic, and extraordinary all at once. Liver King didn't become an icon by accident. The public's desire for a primal, strong, unfiltered role model drove him to uphold that image at all costs. In an era of advanced technology, the public holds unprecedented power, able to elevate someone to idol status with just a few views or bring them down overnight with a wave of criticism. But power comes with responsibility. When we excessively idolize someone, ignore red flags, or continue to support them despite their manipulation of the truth, are we not becoming part of that system? Liver King's downfall is a wake-up call. The public cannot simply consume content and then wash their hands of the consequences. Every viewer should take an active role, questioning early on instead of waiting for a scandal to spark doubt. Ask from the start, is this real? Is there scientific evidence? We must not enable blind idolization. Celebrities are human too and should be placed in their proper context, not deified. Support transparency over perfection. Learn to empathize with those who dare to share their truth and be skeptical of those who seem unnaturally flawless. Liver King was a mirror reflecting what the public craved, a powerful, authentic figure who transcended the ordinary. But when that mirror shattered, are we brave enough to look at ourselves? In an era where anyone can become famous, oversight is no longer the sole responsibility of the media or organizations, it's a collective duty of the audience. After all, we are the ones who create them, nurture them, and sometimes force them to lie to survive. We often view the fall of a public figure as their personal failure, but Liver King didn't collapse alone. He was elevated, celebrated, and trusted almost blindly.
And that's where we need to be brutally honest.
Liver King's story isn't just a cautionary tale for celebrities about truth, fame, and consequences. It's a lesson for all of us living in an era of rapidly spreading content, easy idolization, and delayed scrutiny. In a world where anyone can broadcast themselves, fame is no longer a privilege, it's a matter of ethics. The greater the fame, the heavier the responsibility, not only for content creators but also for those consuming it. We don't need invincible role models. We need real people, honest enough to admit mistakes, courageous enough to make amends, and decent enough not to exploit collective trust. Because trust isn't born on its own, it's given, and it can be taken back. That's why this lesson isn't just for Liver King, it's for all of us. So, what lesson do you take away from Liver King's downfall? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to follow me. My next video will reveal the story of the most enigmatic trending celebrity of the moment.